Good morning, students. So today I am taking class for BSc 5th semester students, and today I am going to start the topic radial velocity and transverse velocity of paper 3. So first we know what is a radial velocity and a transverse velocity. So for that we consider a polar coordinate system. So in that we have one horizontal axis, okay, and this one is vertical axis, and this is the origin, and let P be any point on the plane. So now join the line from O to P. Okay, so this is the line joining O and P, and this line is called as radius vector of the point P. We all know that. So, okay, this you have studied in second semester polar coordinate system. So this is the radius vector of a point P. So now radial velocity means it is the velocity of the point P along the radius vector is called as the radial velocity. Okay, so that is the velocity of a particle P along the radius vector, it is called as the radial velocity. Now see what is transverse velocity. So transverse velocity means what? If suppose that draw a line perpendicular to this radius vector. Say I draw a line perpendicular to this radius vector. Okay, so now the velocity of the particle P along this line perpendicular to the radius vector is called as transverse velocity. Clear? So that is what transverse velocity means. What? It is a velocity of a particle P along a line which is perpendicular to the radius vector. So this is the radius vector. Okay, so velocity of this particle along a line perpendicular to the radius vector, it is called as the transverse velocity. Similarly, we define radial acceleration and transverse acceleration. That is acceleration along the direction of the radius vector is called as the radial acceleration, and the velocity acceleration along a line perpendicular to the radius vector is called as transverse acceleration. So this is about radial velocity and transverse velocity. So now we derive expressions for radial velocity and transverse velocity first. Okay, so now to derive this, so what we do, we consider let P of r theta be a coordinates of a point P, be a coordinates of a point P. Okay, so now let r bar be the position of the particle P. R bar be the position of a particle P. Okay, so now clearly R bar is given by the equation xi plus yj, that is position vector of a particle P. R bar is given by xi plus yj. Okay, xi plus yj. So now dou r bar by dou r. Dou r bar by dou r is a vector tangent to the curve theta is equal to constant. Okay, so let r1 bar be the unit vector along dou r bar by dou r. So then, according to the definition of the unit vector, r1 bar is given by dou r bar by dou r, okay, divided by absolute value of dou r bar by dou r. Okay, so now this is r1 bar, this is the unit vector along dou r bar by dou r, that is the curve theta is equal to constant. So next, as r bar is equal to, okay, as r bar is equal to xi plus yj. So now what we do, put x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Okay, so then after substituting this, which gives r bar is equal to, call this equation as 1, put x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta in equation 1, means in this equation. Then r bar gives r cos theta I, y is equal to r sin theta j, sin theta j. Okay, so now differentiating r bar with respect to r, so then it gives dou r bar by dou r. Differentiate this equation with respect to small r, so then it gives cos theta is constant, cos theta I, then sin theta is again constant because we are differentiating with respect to r, so sin theta j, cos theta I plus sin theta j, okay, sin theta j. So now calculate its absolute value, so that is dou r bar by absolute value of dou r bar by dou r is equal to, if it is a complex number, then how we calculate the absolute value? You know that is square root of a square plus b square. So here it is cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to, value is 1. Okay, so now therefore now as we have calculated unit vector r1 bar by r1 bar is equal to, now in this we substitute these two values. Okay, so therefore r1 bar is equal to, so according to this formula dou r bar by dou r, this we have calculated as cos theta I plus sin theta j divided by, now absolute value of dou r bar by dou r, so that is equal to what? 1. We have calculated here, this is equal to 1. So therefore r1 bar is equal to cos theta I plus sin theta j. Okay, so now this is expression for r1 bar. Okay, so now let dou r bar by dou theta is a vector tangent to a curve r is equal to constant. R is equal to constant. So now let theta 1 be the unit vector along, okay, along dou r by dou theta. Okay, so now therefore theta 1 cap is equal to, so this is as we done in the last class, that is dou r bar by dou theta divided by absolute value of dou r bar by dou theta. Now similarly we calculate dou r bar by dou theta and dou r absolute value of dou r by dou theta as we done in the last case. So that is, we differentiate this r bar with respect to theta, okay, keeping r as constant. Then we find dou r bar by dou theta, okay. Then afterwards we calculate its absolute value, same thing as we done in the last class. So then substitute those two in this equation, okay. Same we do this here. So now as we know that r bar is equal to what, according to r bar is equal to r cos theta I plus r sin theta j. This is, okay, this we have calculated, okay. We again we use the same relation here, okay. So now differentiating with respect to theta, so dou r bar by dou theta is equal to, so r is here, r is also function of theta, so we apply product rule. First function as